Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do a review of the manga version of Battle Royale. This is by Koushun Takami and Masayuki Taguchi, with the English adaptation by Keith Giffen or Jiffin. So this is originally a novel, if you didn't already know, just simply called Battle Royale, and was made into a very famous movie, also just titled Battle Royale. This is the manga version, the manga adaptation of the original story. And it is 15 volumes long, and it was put out by Tokyopop. Unfortunately, these are quite out of print. I have the single editions, obviously, but they did come in, I believe, hardcover 3-in-1s, which are also very out of print. But yes, this is the story about a middle school class who is they're going on their school field trip. All of a sudden, they're all kind of drugged with gas, and they wake up on an island and are told, you are now part of the program, and you're going to all fight to the death. And whoever is the winner, the last man standing, basically you win and you get to go free. And yeah, the program is a government kind of thing. In the English adaptation, Keith Giffen or Jiffin changed the program to be a TV show. But in the original story, it's some kind of government control kind of policy thing where they pick a middle school class and they fight to the death, whatever, but it's for like a government reason rather than just like an entertainment thing, which is what this Keith's adaptation of the story made it into. But yeah, it's pretty brutal. Obviously, a lot of comparisons were made to the Hunger Games and whatnot, but anyway, it is extremely graphic, sexually and just like blood and gore wise. So if you are at all squeamish, this is not the series for you. You've got intestines, you've got bullets going through people's skulls and brain matter shooting out, and you've got all the most gruesome kind of death that you can imagine is all in here, and it's all kids aged like 14 and 15. They don't look that age, which is an issue I have. I don't like that they look like they're late teens, most of them, when they're supposed to be middle school students. But anyway, that's just, I guess it's more palatable that they look older, because I think if they did look like 13 or 14 or 15, that it would be a bit more disturbing. But yeah, it's basically just the main character is Shuya, I believe, and he is this guy here. He's kind of our unlikely hero kind of guy. He's a bit of a rebel, but he in the way of like he likes to play electric guitar and he likes rock and roll and that kind of stuff, but he is pretty popular. He's a likable guy, and he's quite naive, and he trusts everybody, and he wants everybody to get along and all this stuff. And when you're put in a situation like this where you're supposed to be killing each other, that can be pretty dangerous to have that mindset. And so anyway, we follow Shuya, and him kind of trying to gather the forces. Basically, he's trying to gather the people in his class to rebel in some way, to escape, rather than play the game. And for some people that's what they desire as well. They don't want to kill each other, but for others, they're thriving in this scenario. They're loving the fact that they can finally release all these psychotic tendencies, or desires. You can imagine that some of the students are trying to sexually assault other people, because it's just kind of a free-for-all. You could die at any moment, so why wouldn't you just behave in whatever way possible? And yeah, so they're each given a weapon. They're each given some weapons are better than others. Some aren't really even weapons at all or are useful in any kind of way. But yeah, it's basically just a brutal fight to the death, and it's 15 volumes of just constant fear, adrenaline, disturbing backstories about the characters and how they became this way. Because there are several characters who are enjoying playing this game, and you find out kind of what has led to this mindset that not everybody put in this situation is going to immediately go, okay, yeah, now I'm going to kill my classmates. But there are certainly people that, if given the opportunity, maybe wouldn't mind trying it. And this is the case in this story. You have very different kind of people, and you get to learn, obviously some people die quicker than others, but you do really get to learn the backstories of these characters, what brought them to this moment, where they were before the program started, all of these things. I'm going to try and find some art that isn't disturbing or too graphic, but it may be okay. This is kind of okay. Yeah, like there's a lot of shading. The faces, the art is okay. I mean, I grew to just kind of appreciate it, but it wasn't my favorite kind of art. The action scenes are amazing. I really enjoyed the action scenes. I think that all of the fighting was done really well. There's quite a bit of martial arts because some of the students are into martial arts, and you get to see those kind of fight scenes. I found them very easy to follow, who was who and what was happening and who was hitting who and how they were hitting the person, and it flowed really nicely. It was just more, it's not my art style preference, but I didn't hate it, and I just kind of learned to appreciate it. But yeah, there isn't really too much to this. It's basically just a gruesome battle to the death and a bit of it's clever. I like how clever it is with the certain, like, some of the students are trying to find a way out, some of them are trying to escape, and they're coming up with different plots and plans to do that. And it's interesting to see the psychological aspect of their mindsets just kind of deteriorating as the minutes tick by. But yeah, I'm really glad I got my hands on this series. I never thought I would have the chance to read it because it's so out of print. I had seen the movie in the past and really enjoyed it. I haven't read the novel, but I've always wanted to. And yeah, it's a really, really fascinating series. Like I said, you got to have a bit of a strong stomach. But yeah, if this sounds something that's interesting to you, I would definitely look into trying to find it and track it down. I really enjoyed it. If you've read Battle Royale, or just consumed the story in any of the formats, I'd love to chat about it in the comments if you're up for it. And if you have any questions about the series, definitely let me know as well. Thank you for watching. See ya.